Welcome to lesson 2 of file management. And here we're going to talk about storing files in different subdirectories in the computer. It sounds intimidating, but really quite easy. Again, if you ever have a problem with the speed that I'm going at, on the bottom of your screen on the YouTube, there's a little box. You can press the pause button, and then if you want, you can scroll back and forth in the video to replay, and of course you can just press the arrow and it'll continue playing. If you go up into the left hand corner of my computer right here, you'll see it says computer, and it has a little icon of a computer. If you're running XP, it'll say my computer. If you do not have an icon anywhere on your desktop, then you need to put one there, because that's how we'll be working with this. The way how you do that is you go to the start button on the bottom left click it, and on Windows Vista and Windows 7 it'll say computer. On Windows XP it'll say my computer. Right click on that, and for Windows 7 it says show on desktop with a check mark. For Windows XP you'll have to send to desktop as a shortcut, and you can left click on that. I don't have an example of that on this particular version, but that's what it is on XP. So let's say that we do have the computer in the upper left hand corner. We double click and this window comes up. This is basically the guts of the computer, and you'll see it's broken down into hard drives and then devices with removable storage. Hard drives would be the C drive, which is in the computer. Sometimes there'll be a D drive, which is a partition of the computer, and then you'll see my passport, which is an external hard drive. And in every one of these cases they show how much free space is left out of the gigabytes. The devices, the CD drive is right here. So that's basically the hardware of what we have with my computer, and then over here on the left is how we organize the files within these devices. Again, XP is going to be a little different than this. This is Windows 7. So all the files for me are stored in Windows 7 C, the C drive, and that is pretty typical for most computers. And then you'll see libraries. Well, on the top, starting with favorites, you'll have desktop, downloads, and recent places. If I click on desktop, you'll see that it has all the same files as what is on the desktop. If I click this back arrow, it'll go back to the hardware. Downloads are recent downloads that I've had on the internet, and then recent places are recent places that I've been with Windows 7. So these are all the files that I've accessed in the last couple of days. Then you have libraries, and this is what we're going to be working with. If we have a libraries folder, in that folder you have documents, which will be Word documents or Excel documents, music, which are music files, pictures, and videos. So if we click into each one, documents will have, I'm going to maximize this by left clicking so we can see. You have backup, Camtasia Studio, Cool Tools, Expression, Microsoft, My Stationery, My Web Blogs, and Word Docs. These are all the files I've created in my library. You'll see over here, even though we maximize it, all these subdirectories are still here. If you go into music, you'll see that we have web download, iTunes, and sample music. Pictures, we'll have my Alps pictures and some sample pictures, and then finally videos. I have some sample videos here, but really I don't have anything of interest in the videos. And for now, that's what we're going to work with. And in fact, all we're going to work with today are the libraries, because this is where I think we should store all of our documents. It's very nice the way how they have this organized. So if we go into documents, one thing you'll notice is that everything is in a file or a folder. And if I go into Word documents, the files are in the Word documents. Sometimes I'll see, just going to cut and paste right here real quick, copy and back. I'll see sometimes files that are just sporadically on the page. They really shouldn't be there. They should be in the Word documents folder. So be sure to make a folder for each file just to help with your organization. And what I can do is actually delete these. And goodbye. Yes, those are going to the recycle bin. So the question is, we have on our desktop, let's say we have a file right here. You have a Word file saying File Management. If I want to get this file to the Word Documents folder, how do I do that? So this is where we need to go kind of slow to get around the computer. First of all, we do need to copy the file, and we're going to do that by right-clicking on the file, going to copy, left-click it, and then if we want to organize our folders, we go into Computer, like we said before, and then you go into Libraries. Don't click on Libraries, but go down and highlight Documents and left-click. It'll come up with the documents. I'm going to maximize this so I can see what I'm looking at. And then I want to store these in the Word document, so I left-click. That opens up the folder. And then I'm going to right-click and click Paste. And you'll see File Management with Windows 7 is right there. So we successfully moved the folder, or the file, from my desktop, clearing up the junk on my desktop and putting it into the library. Now in some cases I want things on my desktop, like in InnerPC right here, because I access quite a lot, so I like just being able to click on these. So in some cases it's very good. Some cases it's bad, like this file right here. I don't need it. In fact, I'm going to delete it. Send this to the recycle bin? Yes. So that's basically the docs. One other aspect, if you press Computer and you have an external hard drive, it'll come up here. Now this external hard drive is much like the C drive. If I open this up by left-clicking, look at all these folders that are in here, and I made every one of these. So it's just a different way to store information, and this is also very good because you can do backups, data backup of your computer. There's a program in here that will automatically back all of your information to an external hard drive. How great is that? If your computer ever crashes, then you're going to have this information ready to go. But you'll see everything is nice and neat in their own little folders, and ready to go. So a lot of information in this. We've talked about the hard disk drives. We talked about removable storage. I am going to make two videos, one on how to burn CDs and another how to copy CDs and put them into folders. But this is a very good lesson in just kind of working your way through the computer. We talked about desktop, how pushing that will get us to the desktop, the downloads, and recent places. And we have our libraries, documents, music, pictures, and files. Just please remember to create a folder and name it for the particular files that you want in it. Last but not least, if you want to find a folder or a file that you lost, go down to this button over here. If you put your cursor on, it'll say Start. Left click, and it comes up with the search box. So if I type in music, it's going to come up with programs, music, documents, music, control panel, and then it'll have actually music right here, where I can go in and find all the files. So don't ever worry if you think you lost it. Unless you delete it or your computer blew up, the file or folder will be on your computer. So if you have questions about this, sign into YouTube and create yourself an account, ask the questions on YouTube, or you can go to InnerPC, that's InnerPC like you see on the screen here, .blogspot.com, blogspot.com, and you can ask the questions, or feel free to email me at info@myinnerpc.com. My name's Dan. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on file management, and have yourself a wonderful day.